everyone, in today's presentation, I'll be talking about The Miracles of the Namiya General Store by Keigo Higashino. We'll start with a bit about the book, followed by the author, and then I'll move on to the brief synopsis of the story. Next, I'll dive into an analysis of the key themes, ideas, narrative techniques, grand narratives, and intertextuality that make this book so impactful. The novel blends mystery with deep emotional inspiration, offering a powerful look at human connection, regrets, and personal growth. Alright, if you're ready, let's get started. The Miracles of the Namiya General Store is a contemporary fiction novel written by a well-known Japanese author, Keigo Higashino. The novel was originally published in December 2011, and it is a story that mixes mystery, drama, and themes of redemption and human connection. Alright, now let's get to know a bit about the author. Keigo Higashino is a well-known Japanese author, born on February 4th, 1958 in Osaka. He's famous for writing crime and mystery stories, and his books often mix deep characters with interesting plots. Now let's move on to the synopsis of this novel. The story is about three young thieves, Atsuya, Chota, and Kohei, who hide out in an abandoned general store. They find a box of old letters asking for advice, and the letters were written to the store's former owners, Mr. Namiya, who used to help people with their problems. As they read the letters, the three thieves become involved in the lives of the letter writers, and this helps them reflect on their own mistakes. The novel explores themes like regret, redemption, and the power of helping others. It shows how the connections between people can lead to emotional healing and personal growth. Moving on to the novel analysis part, the novel deeply intertwines the themes of emotional healing, redemption, human connection, social and economic struggles, and generational gaps with the contemporary issues of mental health, psychological complexity, and political and social concerns. Keigo Higashino uses these themes to reflect on mental health and psychological complexity and political and social issues that affect individuals in the modern world. The first theme is emotional healing and support. This theme highlights the emotional and psychological struggles that the characters face, including stress, guilt, and anxiety. The guidance received from the Namiya General Store acts as a form of emotional therapy, offering relief and a sense of healing to those in distress. The letters exchanged between the store and its visitors are symbolic of the human need for support and understanding, especially when facing life's difficult choices. Each letter represents a complex emotional issue that requires psychological intervention, whether through empathy, advice, or a simple listening ear. An example was when Moon Rabbit, a female character, struggles with the dilemma of whether to stay with her sick boyfriend or to pursue her own dreams. The emotional tension in her decision-making process highlights a psychological burden of guilt and anxiety. The advice she receives from the Namiya General Store helps her clarify her feelings, providing her with the emotional strength to make a decision that aligns with her own happiness and growth. Next, regrets and redemption. This theme focuses on characters' past mistakes and their quest for redemption. Many characters carry the weight of their regrets, seeking ways to amend their past actions. Through the process of accepting their faults and seeking guidance, they begin a psychological journey toward healing and self-acceptance. An example is when the three thieves, Atsuya, Chota, and Kohei, start as individuals burdened by their past crimes. They gradually become involved in responding to the request for help. As they help others, they confront their own guilt and shame, which leads to a form of redemption. The engagement with the letters allows them to reconcile with the past and move forward with a clearer sense of purpose. The third theme is human connection. This theme explores the profound and often unexpected connections that form between individuals who may never meet in person. The exchange of letters and advice builds an emotional bond, showing the power of empathy and understanding between strangers. These connections provide a form of psychological healing. An example is when Atsuya and his friends, who start out as criminals disconnected from the society, gradually begin to understand the value of human connection as they respond to the letters. The involvement in this process allows them to experience the emotional growth and healing that come from helping others. They begin to understand that even a small act of kindness like offering advice can foster a deep sense of connection and emotional support. The next theme is social and economic issues. This theme examines the social and economic challenges that the characters face, particularly the struggles of small business owners and individuals who are struggling with the uncertainties of life. The economic hardships and societal pressures that the characters experience reflect the broader issues affecting individuals in contemporary society, where financial insecurity and societal expectations often create complex dilemmas. A clear example of this theme is when a small shop owner faces the dilemma of whether to continue his struggling business in an economy dominated by large corporations. His situation reflects the broader economic challenges faced by individuals trying to make a living in a society where economic inequalities are widening. And the last theme of this novel is generational gap. This theme addresses the growing divide between the older and younger generations, particularly in terms of values, priorities, and approaches to life. The older generation holds on to traditional wisdom, while the younger generation feels disconnected and adrift in a rapidly changing world. This gap highlights the evolving nature of society and the struggles that come with adjusting to new norms and expectations. This theme underscores the political and social tension that arise from these generational divides. An example for this theme is when Mr. Namiya, who represents the older generation, believes in the importance of providing guidance based on experience, while Atsuya and his friends, who represent the younger generation, feel disconnected from such traditions. The journey of understanding the value of wisdom and advice represents the reconciliation of these generational differences. This highlights the tension between old and new values in contemporary society. Now let's move on to the narrative techniques used by the author in The Miracles of Namiya General Store. The first one is nonlinear narrative technique. The novel follows a nonlinear structure, jumping between different time periods. Past and present are connected through letters, and the story unfolds in a way that isn't in chronological order. This keeps the reader curious as they gradually learn how the characters from different times are linked. Another technique is magical realism. The novel includes magical realism, where supernatural elements like the time-traveling mailbox are part of another realistic world. The characters accept these magical events without question, allowing the story to focus on emotional and philosophical themes rather than the mechanics of the magic. Moving on to the grand narratives. There are several key grand narratives presented in the novel. The first one is fate and destiny. The story suggests that our lives are interconnected across time, reinforcing the idea that individual actions have larger and unseen consequences. This reflects the grand narrative of karma and the belief that our choices shape not only our lives but also future generations. Another one is hope and redemption. Through the letters and advice given at the Namiya General Store, the novel emphasizes that even in difficult circumstances, there's always the possibility for positive change and second chances. Alright, now let's move on to the key intertextual elements found in the Miracles of the Namiya General Store. The first one is epistolary tradition. The story uses letters as a key storytelling device, connecting the past and present while revealing the characters' secrets. This reflects the classic literary style found in works like Dracula, Frankenstein, or The Color Purple. Another one is the themes of karma and life's interconnection. The novel reflects Buddhist ideas of karma, how small actions can have lasting effects. The characters' lives are unknowingly connected, showing how one person's kindness can shape another's future. And the last one would be influence of mystery fiction. Even though it's not a traditional mystery novel, the story follows a mystery-like structure where characters uncover hidden truth through clues. This reflects the author's unique style. In conclusion, The Miracles of the Namiya General Store is a touching story about how small acts of kindness can change lives. Through its nonlinear structure, epistolary format, and magical realism, the novel highlights themes of hope, redemption, and the unseen connections between people. Higashino reminds us that even the smallest gestures can have a lasting impact. In the end, the greatest miracle isn't just receiving advice, is a power of connection that changes lives. And this is all of my presentation. Thank you for your attention.